Lately, a lot of people have been feeling more on edge than usual. Not necessarily because something is happening directly to them, but because something just doesn't feel stable, and then it shows up in the body. A racing heart, tight chest, and restless thoughts. I want you to know this. The body doesn't separate global stress from personal danger. It only asks one question. Am I safe?
And in my clinic, I am seeing more of this than ever. Patients who feel anxious, but their tests say everything is normal. Now, if you have been told this is just stress, or in your head, there is something important you need to know. Because in many cases, anxiety doesn't start in the mind. It starts in the body. And routine blood work often misses it completely.
Stay with me on this. Most people are taught to think of anxiety as purely psychological, stress, trauma, or something you need to mentally manage. In many cases, anxiety is not the root problem. It's a signal that something in your physiology is pushing your brain into a state of alarm, even when your life looks completely normal. And here's the part that confuses almost everyone. Their lab tests come back completely normal. So they're told everything is fine, but their body is telling a very different story.
But clinically, that is where the story actually begins. And here is what most people don't realize. Normal does not always mean everything is fine.
Let me take you into a moment I see often in clinic. A patient comes in describing palpitations, chest tightness, a sense of dread. They've already been told it's anxiety, but something doesn't fit because the symptoms are real, but the explanation feels incomplete. And anxiety is not always a psychiatric problem in origin. Sometimes it's a physiological alarm system misfiring. In many cases, the phrase "everything is normal" becomes the end point of investigation. But in physiology, it's actually the starting point of deeper questions.
Let's start with something surprisingly common that I see in real life. A patient skips meals, drinks coffee, pushes through the morning. Then, suddenly, in the afternoon or so, their heart starts racing. They think they're having anxiety. But physiologically, something else is happening. But what's actually happening is a biological rescue response. When blood sugar drops too quickly, the body releases adrenaline to compensate.
And adrenaline doesn't just increase energy. It produces the exact sensation patients describe as anxiety. And this is one of the most commonly missed causes of anxiety symptoms in clinical practice.
Now pause for a moment, because this is where most people start to rethink what anxiety really is. And here's something most people don't realize. During times of uncertainty, even people who've never struggled with anxiety before start to feel it in their body. Because underneath all of this, your body is constantly asking one question: am I safe? And one of the main systems that answers that question is your stress hormone rhythm.
And this is where sleep becomes critical. Cortisol, it is meant to rise in the morning and fall at night. But when that rhythm becomes dysregulated, the body can remain in a low-grade state of alertness all day, even when nothing is happening.
And clinically, this is one of the most overlooked contributors to chronic anxiety symptoms.
Now let's go one layer deeper, as there is more, because anxiety is not only brain chemistry, it is also gut chemistry. The gut produces and regulates many of the same neurotransmitters that influence mood and emotional stability. When inflammation or imbalance occurs, that signaling becomes distorted, and suddenly, emotions feel louder than they should.
Here is the part most patients never hear clearly. Routine labs are not designed to capture dynamic physiological stress responses.
Now we need to take this to heart, as this is the part that matters most. Most routine lab work will still come back completely normal because we are not measuring dynamic stress physiology in a standard lab panel. So, when patients are told everything is normal, that statement is often incomplete, but not incorrect. Here is what we must absolutely keep in mind. Anxiety is not always a mental condition. Sometimes it is a physiological signal from a body trying to maintain balance in systems that are under strain. And when we understand that, we stop asking, "What's wrong with me?" and start asking, "What is my body trying to tell me?" If this helps clarify things, I break down more hidden medical causes in upcoming videos.